Sometimes we need to take the user to a new page as a result of clicking a button or submitting a form. This is called programmatic navigation. Let's see it in action. Now, before we forget, let's go back to the terminal and start our application in development mode so we can see our changes. Good. Now, let's go to the users page. So users/page. We're going to add a link above this table. Link, we set href to /user/new. And here we say new user. Now, to make this look like a button, here we set class name to btn. We could also use btn primary to make it look blue, but I prefer to use a plain button here. So here in the users page, we have this button, beautiful. Now on this page, let's add button. Perhaps this button could be part of a form. When the user submits the form, we want to take the user back to the users page. So let's go to users/new/page and add a button here. Okay. Now we're going to set the class name to btn and btn-primary and the label to create. Now, if this is part of a form, here we need to handle the click event of the button or the submit event of a form. And to do that, we have to convert this to a client component because we cannot handle browser events in server components, right? So on the top, let's use the client directive. Then we handle the click event. So on click, we set it to a function. Now in this function, we cannot use the link component, right? This is where we need programmatic navigation. And to do that, we're going to use the router object. So we have a hook for getting access to our router, that is use router. Now look, this is imported from next/router. This is not going to work because this is part of the old pages router. So let me show you what happens if we use this router. So we call this and get our router. Now back to our click handler. I just want to add an empty block of code and see what happens if we use this router. So back in the browser, let's refresh. All right, look, we get this error. Next router was not mounted. So when importing this hook, make sure to import it from next/navigation. Now, back in the browser, the error goes away. Beautiful. Now the last step. When we click on this button, we should go back to the users page. So back to our click handler. Once we have this router, we can call router.push and pass the URL of the target page, that is /users. All right. Now let's submit the form and we're back to the users page. Beautiful. So this is programmatic navigation.